If you ever tried Pilates exercises to strengthen your core and you felt the pain in your lower back, this might be making things worse. Now, many people are not aware that there are two Pilates exercises that can contribute unnecessary strains into your lower back. Hi, I'm Kara. I'm a certified Pilates, matwork and yoga teacher, and I've been teaching movement for over 25 years. In this video, I want to show you what are the two Pilates exercises that you should avoid if you're already experiencing lower back pain. In today's video, I'm going to show you the ones that you should avoid and also alternatives that will be better for you to strengthen your core safely. Now, this is the full roll down. Now, this is not recommended for many people who are beginners level. All right, so we need to nod our head and peel the spine off the mat. And many times we need a good level of core strength and awareness of the spine to complete the exercises safely. So I want to show you a modified version. Now, most of the time people will practice like this, okay, when they're new. So they go to this part here, and when they're not able to hold in this position or maintain a C curve, they start to flatten their back, and this is all back straining, okay, to go all the way down, and they may just drop down also, and also using momentum to come up, so they will just move their hands up and do this, and then come up, flattening the back throughout to complete exercise. So there's no benefits to it, and that's why you're having that chronic back pain. Next, I'm going to show you the modified version. So I recommend you to place a Pilates ball. You don't need to place this, but you can also place a yoga block, okay, that will help you to keep your knees and feet hip distance apart. So let's start with the half roll back. This will be definitely a better option. So hands underneath, sit tall, shoulders relax. So elongate your spine. As we exhale, we're going to slowly round the low back, or feel the weight shifting to the back of your sit bone. And then slowly go into the C curve, shoulders away from your ears, not jamming chin towards the throat. So if this is comfortable for you, walk your hands a little bit lower, just tiny bit, go into the half roll back. And many times for beginners, they really can feel it here. Okay, so you notice that my belly is drawn to my spine, my shoulders relax. I'm not flattening my back, so I'm going to maintain that C curve here, shoulders relax. Now take a deep breath into the lower back. As I exhale, I'm going to contract my six-pack muscles and walk my hands up, maintaining this long C curve in my spine. And when my shoulders over the hips, I'm going to roll up slowly and coming back into the neutral spinal alignment. All right, so this will be a safer practice for you. Next, I'm going to go into the leg pull front exercise where you want to avoid. So I am just having my palm shoulder width apart. So in this exercise, we go into the plank position first. And then next, we're going to lift one foot off, point the toes, and shift the trunk back, coming back, and then return. And then we move to the other leg. So this exercise I would not recommend for someone that's new or experiencing lower back pain, because a lot of times students will just dip their back down, drop their head down, and they'll do this with the hips dipping down, really stressing the lower back. You're not able to stabilize the trunk. So I recommend to avoid this exercise. But we can definitely strengthen the core muscles by maybe going to a modified version like the forearm plank modified version. So I recommend to go on the elbows and palm shoulder width apart. I'm going to walk the feet back like this. Can separate the knees for more stability. So just stay in this position, drawing the belly towards your spine. Keep your shoulders stacked over your elbows, pressing the palm and the forearm down, maintaining a long line so the hips are not higher than the shoulder blades. All right, and then from here, you're going to breathe, maybe hold for 5 seconds for the first round, and then you can increase the duration as you get stronger, but you need to be aware that you're not dipping the belly down. Another option, if you have been practicing for a while and you want to go to another version before you go to the full leg pull front, we're going to bring the knees together. So instead of knees separate, we'll bring the knees together. We tuck our toes, again stack the shoulders over the wrist, press the Fingers down into the mat without dropping the head, belly drawn to the spine. I'm going to press my toes into the mat. I'm going to float my kneecaps slightly off the mat. And just maintaining in this position without extending my leg, without lifting the foot up. And breathe. Breathing, lengthen. And lower down comfortably, safely. Go into the shelf stretch. So remember, it's not that Pilates is not good for you, but you should choose the right modifications for your body. Now, if your core is still weak at this moment, it's safer to choose the modified version because you want to have a safe and effective practice that will benefit you. I've also made a Pilates matwork video that will help you to relieve chronic lower back pain. So I'm going to recommend you to watch this video right here. Let's continue to practice mindfully and safely, keep our practice pain-free, and let's move towards more freedom. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.